Welcome to Top Shelf Men. I'm Reese. Today, we will be discussing a topic that was suggested to me by a subscriber. He commented, "Good video. I would like to hear your thoughts on passport bros bringing foreign women to the West to wife them up. Does it work, or do the women become Westernized?" And that is a great question. So, speaking 3 languages and having many international friends, acquaintances, and business clients, I always keep mental notes whenever I hear stories about the experiences Western men have with their foreign wives. This only applies to relationships where a Western man marries and brings over his foreign wife, or they met and married while the girl was still fresh off the boat. The topics of this video do not apply to girls with foreign parents that were raised in the West. Look, those types of women come with an entirely different set of problems. Before we get to the topic and the meat of this video, do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe buttons. Recently, traffic is way down because the powers that be don't want men red-pilled and happy. They want you fat, lonely, depressed, and feminized. You can help fight that by liking and subscribing to force the algorithm to show this type of content to wake up more men from society's comforting lies. Now, back on topic. In the West, we are seeing a lot of Western men tired of the fat feminist run through modern Western women by seeking relationships and marriage with foreign women. And it's simple. Foreign women, on average, haven't been poisoned with the feminist ideals from the West. From their home country's culture, they know that their youth and femininity is an asset. They know it's bad to get banged out by every guy they meet, as in their mind, being promiscuous isn't empowering. It's simply being a 304. That's why these women are becoming more and more attractive for long-term prospects, including marriage and children. The problem is that these sweet foreign women tend to become Westernized in a few short years. Then you wake up and find yourself married to a Western turbo bitch. From all the men I've spoken to, these were the most common pitfalls that doomed their marriage to fail. The number one reason that caused these marriages to fail is that the guy could not maintain frame. Unknowingly, many Western guys, they teach feminism to their foreign wives by teaching them blue pill thinking and practices into the marriage. They start with the whole, "You're my partner" crap. We are equal. Then they start pedestalizing her because she's probably the first girl to touch their peepees. And number one, they are afraid to tell her no. And act like a man to put them in their place when they act out or shit test you. From betas, everything is a yes or a soft effeminate, "Well, I'll leave it up to you." Not all, but a bunch of passport bros indeed are betas, and they instinctively know their foreign wives' femininity is more attractive than that of the Western land whale. But they have also been brainwashed with Western feminist ideals, and they start poisoning their foreign wives' mind with Western ideas. Foreign women want a masculine man to lead and tell them what to do, set boundaries, and take care of things that in their culture are masculine responsibilities. I have known countless betas that turned their foreign wife into a Westernized, tattooed land whale because they never had frame or exercised any masculine authority. Only then to be surprised when their wife starts disappearing on weekends to meet her friends, or starts taking girl trips with her friends or alone, or even starts suggesting polyamory. Then, of course, they get divorced because she simply feels that you guys grew apart and she now has her permanent residency card. The next pitfall that I have seen is Western guys that marry foreign girls from cultures they know nothing about. Not all foreign cultures are equal. There is no, "Oh, my wife is Asian, my wife is Latina, my wife is European." In my experience, Koreans are the most materialistic and feminist out of all the East Asians. Most Filipino women I've met get pregnant at very young ages and are highly likely single mothers. Also, Filipino families tend to be run by the mother. They are matriarchies. Colombian women are also very different from Brazilian women, and so on and so forth. Same with Europe. All these individual countries carry a different cultural set of expectations as to what a marriage looks like. Avoid women from materialistic, deceptive, and matriarchal cultures. I remember back in the early 2000s, I was in an online car forum. There was no Google Translate, and General Motors started releasing some rear-wheel drive sedans in China that we really wanted in the United States. Someone posted pictures from a Chinese magazine article, and we really wanted to know what it said. One of the betas in the group said, "I can have my wife translate it for us. She's Japanese." I remember replying to him, "I don't think it works that way, buddy. They share the Chinese characters, but they're completely different languages." Then, when his wife said she couldn't translate it because she doesn't know Chinese, the guy was dumbfounded, as in his mind, his wife wasn't Japanese. She was simply an Asian, whatever that means. Same way people in the US have accurate stereotypes of California people and Florida people, etc. So you better know the culture of the woman you are inviting into your life. Some Asian cultures are way more feminist and materialistic than others. Same goes for European, same goes for Latino cultures. There is no Asian, there is no Latino or whatever the fuck unified culture. Frankly, between all these countries, they all hate each other because they have incompatible cultures within Asia, Latin America, and Europe. With the idea that you, being a man, keeping frame in the relationship, it's also going to be your responsibility to keep Western culture from influencing her. Unlike men who can be cool and mysterious lone wolves, a woman who doesn't have any friends and keeps to herself is usually an insufferable cunt. Women require socialization way more than men. That is why women like to do jobs that require talking and cooperating with people, while men prefer to work alone. So women are heavily influenced by the culture they are in. You will have to supervise what she culturally consumes from the media, babysit her from her female friends who will push their own Western cultural values on her. You gotta hold frame enough to tell her, "I don't want you watching this trash TV," or "I don't want you meeting with that Karen." If she is your partner, she will protest and tell you that she's an independent woman and you can't tell her what to do. I have seen so many marriages end because the guy's sweet foreign wife made a bitch friend that started to put ideas into her head. Or that she decided that she wasn't happy and saw from some videos online or on the TV that taught her that if she divorced you, she would get alimony, child support, and it would be so fun and easy. Win-win for her. On the other hand, men can think independently from one another. Look, I have friends in which we disagree about many things, including the red pill. But we still look forward to drinking and exchanging ideas, even if we disagree. Women are the opposite. Women always default to collective thinking, with few exceptions. The last biggest pitfall that I've known is unknown influences. Aside from friends and media consumption, there will always be unknown influences that will westernize her thinking. So you have to pay subtle attention to changes in the clothes she wears, changes in the words that she uses to express herself, and changes in the ideas she uses to express herself as well. I've dated and known many foreign women who wore skirts, cute dresses that showed the shape of their beautiful thin figures without looking like a 304 by showing lots of skin. Then, after a few years of living in this Western gynocracy, they start to change. After a few years, you'll notice them wearing camel toe yoga pants, wearing tops that spill out their cleavage or show their stomachs. Blue pill chumps might say, "So what? Modern women can wear whatever they want." And to those losers, I'd say, then why didn't you just marry a blue-haired land whale if you wanted a modern woman that can do whatever she wants? Changes in the clothes they wear are subtle hints that let you know that their minds are slowly starting to get poisoned with Western gynocracy. Feminine women don't cuss or use bad language, even when they're upset. Many chumps get used to Western women cursing like drunken sailors, and if you notice that your foreign girlfriend or wife is starting to cuss like a sorority girl, then she is becoming a feminist. Early in the marriage or relationship, your woman would happily cook, clean, and run errands for you. After all, you put a roof over her head, but now you notice that she tells you to clean things your damn self, or she asks you, why would she do that for you? Once the Western mind virus takes a hold, or their beta cuck husbands put them on pedestals, they start to feel that feminine submissiveness is beneath them. The gynocentric feminist mind virus is all around us in Western cultures. You really got to pay close attention to changes in them, as Lord knows what Trojan horse is influencing them. The last topic I'd like to touch on is that you must limit your generosity with their family. Many Western guys get taken for a ride. At any point, if she starts to ask you to help her family back home financially, or her behavior towards you is dependent on how much you are willing to help her family, then she is obviously manipulating you and trying to take advantage of you. Don't be a sucker, and instead, shit test her. Shit test her by telling her something like, I married you, not your family. Let them figure it out. She might cry, whine, get sad, but it's better that you know that she's trying to take you for a ride sooner rather than later. I've seen tons of nice guys, get their savings wiped out between helping her family, then getting hit with a divorce once the family is in good financial standing and the permanent residency card arrives in the mail. There are a lot of things that you have to look at and pay attention to when marrying a foreign woman and bringing her into a Western culture. You can't just get fat and have the fantasy that your love life will be happily ever after, because you're not a blue-pilled beta if you're watching my videos. As Rollo Tomasi always says, marriage is game on hard mode. And thank you for listening to the end. If you know a guy in a situation in which this video would help, share this message to help wake him up and wake up other men. Now, did you have a foreign wife that you brought back to your Western country? Let us know how that worked out for you in the comments below. This is Reese. See you next video, guys. Peace.